I know this is a cooking video, but it really is personal. It's a personal thing because if we're going to talk about Italian cooking, then we have to talk about simplicity and simplicity that branches from the kitchen into other areas of your life too. And if I'm honest with you, I haven't always been very good at that.
Italian cuisine has achieved global acclaim for its deliciousness, but with such a variety of dishes, what is it exactly that makes it so popular? It turns out nearly all Italian dishes have one secret ingredient. Well, it's a little conceptual, but bear with me. That is, it's a cultural mentality that here is part of basic common sense. The secret ingredient is to not have so many ingredients at all.
The secret ingredient in almost all Italian dishes and in life is simplicity. Today, as we're reflecting on simplicity, I'm preparing a pasta, e zucca e pancetta. This is sort of a Neapolitan style or a Neapolitan take on a pumpkin pasta. And we've added some pancetta protein, which is a cut similar to bacon, and a pecorino cheese, which is a sheep's milk cheese, very similar to Parmesan, but slightly more salty. I am not a cook, I am not a chef. I will never claim to be able to teach you how to make anything, but hopefully you can follow along with these images and get a rough idea on how these are prepared. Here in Italy, we really focus on whole foods, and that's where simplicity starts. But I find that once you implement one thing, one simple thing, it's so much easier to continue to let that spread into other areas of your life. In Italian cuisine, and in life, simplicity is what adds the flavor. It allows you to focus in on these few things, these poche cose ma buone, these few things but good things, the things that actually matter. Once, when I was living in the United States, had a very happy life where I was teaching in the public school system, which it had always been my dream. If any of my students are watching, hi. And I really felt like I was making a difference. And that was such an important thing for me. And I always felt there was this pressure to add more. It seemed like more was the answer to a lot of my questions. You know, if I wanted to be a good mom, then my child needed to do extracurricular activities. And if I wanted to be a good friend, then I needed to make sure that I checked in this many times, and I needed to make sure that I had time set aside to spend one-on-one time with these friends. Or it just felt like the more I added, the less I was able to savor these individual moments that I had with people and myself, especially myself.
I used to really struggle with feeling like a failure because I was putting so much energy into so many different things in my life, and I wasn't excelling in any of them. And now that I've simplified, I can really individuate the parts of my life that are the most important to me and give them the proper energy and the proper love.
You know, I definitely think that there is a connection to the land here that we, in so many other areas of the world, have forgotten. And one of my favorite parts of that is eating locally, eating farm to fork ingredients, and waiting until they're ready, waiting until it's seasonally appropriate to eat them. I can't tell you how gratifying it is to make this pumpkin pasta today because I have waited all year long for it. If there's one place in Italy where I really feel present, it's definitely in the kitchen. I believe strongly that there is a connection between the hand and the mind. And as much as I enjoy writing, even typing things out on the computer or, working using technology, my favorite thing was always going to be writing by hand, cooking by hand, something about like the rhythm of chopping these vegetables. And I know where I got the vegetables from, and I spoke to the person that grew them. It just feels like it gives my meal some sort of a soul. Maybe you don't have access to a farmer's market where you can go and talk to the person that grew your vegetable from a seed. But wherever you do buy, whatever you buy, can you take it home and can you show it the same amount of love and gratitude and mindfulness? Absolutely you can. And why not apply that to the rest of your life, no matter where you live, no matter where you're watching from? Why can't you take simplicity and bottle it up? I definitely try to feel present and grateful at every meal, but the meals that make me feel the most present and the most grateful are ones where I've had the opportunity to sit down and cook something like a whole foods meal for my entire family and sit down all together. When you wake up on a Sunday here in Italy, the first thing that you smell is somebody cooking something. This is not a meal that you cook in 20 minutes. This is a meal that you prepare in the morning and you let it simmer. You can smell it on the air everywhere you go. And you just know that when they do sit down and enjoy that meal, they're mentally prepared. They are like prepared in their soul to ingest this meal and enjoy it and be present and be grateful for it. I think one of the greatest things about Southern Italian culture is the idea that things are meant to be savored. I'm not willing to compromise on my lunch break because I want to savor this time with myself. I want to savor whatever it is that I'm eating. I keep everything simple so that I can connect with the thing that I'm doing right now. And it's such a great way to stay present and to stay mindful. You know, if I had to make a recipe card and write down the ingredients of my life, knowing that there's a limited space on that card, then what am I going to write on the card? I'm not going to add a bunch of extra stuff that's going to take away from the flavor of the main things I want in that dish. I don't want things that are going to add bitterness. I don't want things that are going to overly sweeten it. I want a balanced life, a balanced recipe that I can enjoy and I can be present during and I can really savor. I want it to turn out in a way that's going to leave me feeling so full and so satisfied. And I'll be honest with you, I have gotten it wrong in the past. I've added too many things, or I've added ingredients that weren't really ingredients that ingredients that I thought I should like, but I just don't like. And it definitely has taken me to this point. And, you know, like I said, years of maturation and years of living here in Italy to simplify and to remove and to get that recipe right. Maybe this isn't groundbreaking discussion for so many of you. I've been so fortunate to meet so many people who are really in tune with themselves and really introspective, and they've sort of already learned this lesson. But for me, it's something that bears keeping in mind every single day, because it does take daily practice to be so mindful and to really keep things simple in a world that's always asking you to add more, add more, add more. If you have like a daily ritual or some way that you stay grounded and present throughout the day, I would love to hear about it. So please write it in the comments and share. Now, as you can probably tell by the lighting in the room, it's about to rain, potentially storm, and eating my beautiful pasta zucca pancetta with the rain outside the window and cozy inside is definitely not something I'm going to miss. So I'm going to say ciao to you now, and let me know in the comments if you try this recipe. I'll put the recipe in the comments, general recipe. And I want to remind you that no matter where you are in the world, you can absolutely take this mentality and apply it to your own life. Remember that the lesson is always there. It's up to you to find it. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe to stay part of this beautiful and growing community about people who want to reflect on travel and love Italy. Ciao, arrivederci. If you wanted a cup of tea, you could have just copped a view.